So, students, in the last class, we have discussed about, we have started about the discussion related to light, and in the previous class, we have discussed about what is light and the different properties of light as well as the laws of reflection. These things we have discussed in the previous class and related to the some definition like incident rays, normal rays, and reflected rays we have already discussed in the previous class. Now today we are going to start the new things, that is the new thing that is the formation of image by a plane mirror. Whatever we are going to discuss here in respect of plane mirror, and here there are the different kind of the mirror, but like concave mirror, convex mirror, these are the another kind of the mirrors which you will have detailed information in the class 10th, but here what we are have in your course, that is related to the plane mirror. Here how the images are formed in case of the plane mirror. Now what happened here, just go through this figure here. As soon as you can see in the figure, here is as already told, the rays which is coming from the source is called an incident rays, and this is basically a source from where these rays are coming. Now what happened here, there is a plane mirror as kept, and when these because of the incident rays, when these incident rays are strike on the plane mirror surface, what happen, the reflected rays are bounced back in the same medium. You can say there are the two mirrors, two incident rays are coming. Since there are the number of the rays, basically here we just consider the two rays, that is the first rays, and this one is first rays, and this one is the second rays, you can observe here. And when these rays are strike on the surface of the mirror, what happen with the first rays, the reflection is first reflection is made by first incident rays, and the second rays which is reflected on the made by the second rays. Now these are the two incident reflected rays. What happened here, if there is a person whose eyes is observing the image of this person, what happened, these reflection, by this reflection we can observe the image. What we have to do, we have to meet these two reflection on the backward direction. If we extend these two reflection, that is this reflection, this rays, and this reflected rays, if we extend into the backward direction in this way, you can see here they are meet at a particular point. And if we draw a line from this point, you will see, observe, you can observe from here that the at this point the image are formed. And this since the image which is formed of um, by this plane mirror of this object is basically a erect image. That means which we are getting the image from the plane mirror is basically an erect image. This kind of the image is basically a erect image, ERACT. And this erect image basically imaginary image which is formed in the plane mirror, and the size of this image is equal to the size of the object. That means if the object is kept um, if the object is kept from the mirror at a distance of 5 meter, then the image is also formed at the same distance from the mirror. Now if it is the distance between the mirror and object is 5 meter, let me write here. Actually there is 5 meter, then the image from the mirror is again it is 5 meter. Now this person will observe the height of the this mirror is basically equal to the height of the object. Now the distance from this object, the distance of this image from this object is just double of this the distance between the mirror and object. You can observe here, if it is a 5 centimeter 5 meter from the mirror, then the if we consider the distance from the distance of the image from the object, then it will be the 10 meters. So by this the image are formed in the plane mirror. You can just have a, whenever you want to make a image by plane mirror, what you have to do, draw incident line, draw a two incident line, and again these two incident line extend backward direction in a straight path. You will observe wherever these two lines will meet together, at that point the image will be formed. This is the formation of the plane mirror, you can observe, and the same thing is written. If you want to read, you can read, otherwise the explanation I have given here. Now here the same things are given. What is the main features of plane mirror? There are the what means what occurs when the plane mirrors are there. Then what are the different features we can understand with the plane mirror? As I already told, the image is erect or virtual. That means it is imaginary image which cannot be seen on screen. There is some questions will ask that which kind of the image can be formed on the screen. The virtual image cannot be formed on the screen. The real image can be formed on the screen. What do you mean by the virtual image? Always have a opposite opposite of lateral inversion, because of the opposite of the lateral inversion. The what is the lateral inversion? Lateral inversion, if there is a left hand, then it we will observe in plane mirror, it will the image of that plane mirror, that object in the plane mirror will be right hand side. The whereas left hand becomes right hand, right hand becomes left hand. Whereas all these things happen if there is a symmetry. Means all kind of the things are looks like the same, then the inversion take place. Otherwise, if all the kinds of uh, not looks like same, then there will be a no inversion take place. Here alphabets, if you talk about alphabets, a looks like inverted, means backward A, but if you will see the B, you will observe that if it is a B, and if that B consider in plane mirror, what happen if it is suppose that it is a plane mirror, what happened here, there is a inversion take place and it looks like in this way. You can see here this way. So it is a lateral inversion. Since there is a no symmetry, and in case of A there is a symmetry, that's why it should look like there is a no change. And the as I already told, the size of image is equal to the size of the object, as already told. The distance, this point is very very important. There is also some questions in your NCERT book. And the distance of object from the mirror is equal to the distance of image from the mirror. These things are take place here. You can see clearly all the thing I have explained. Virtual is basically uh, the erect image, and erect image is always basically not found on the screen. Now the erect image is lateral inverted. The image is erect and lateral inverted, as I already told that if there is a no symmetry, then there is a if there is a no symmetry, then there is a the lateral inversion take place. But in case of if there is a symmetry, then the lateral inversion we cannot observe. And here you can also see the image of the object is equal to the uh, uh, basically the size of the object. Now the distance of the object from mirror is equal to the distance of the image from the mirror. These two things, 2 points are very very clear, so that you can understand very clearly. Now here we are going to talk about, there are the two kinds of the reflection um, take place because of the nature of the surface. If there is a surface is a rough nature, then the reflection is basically the diffuse reflection. And if the surface of the mirror is a smooth mirror, then this reflection will always to the regular reflection. That means if the surface of that mirrors MR is the basically a mirror, and if this surface is a very very smooth surface, what happened when the parallel lines are came and strike from the source, and these parallel lines get reflected, bounce back on the same medium, and that reflected is also a parallel line, then this kind of the reflection is basically called a regular reflection. You can observe from here, there is a source, and these incident rays which is coming from the source, you can see from here, these are the incident rays which is coming from these sources. When get reflected back, it again in the parallel. These two lines, if you see from here, these two lines are parallel lines, and if these are the again incident on the same surface, then this light is also reflected. That means the incident ray, if reflection are in such a way that incident rays are parallel and reflected rays will be parallel, then this kind of the reflection is basically called as a regular reflection. And if there is a surface called as a rough surface, since you can observe this surface is basically a not a smooth surface. What happened when there is a incident rays are came on and strike parallelly on the this given surface, the reflection which take place is not a parallel to one another. That's why this kind of the reflection is basically called a diffuse reflection, or we called as a um, irregular reflection. We called as a diffuse reflection, or we called as a irregular reflection. Here you can see there is a surface of mirror, and that we call as a not a surface of mirror, we called as a not a smooth surface. And if that smooth surface uh, if rays are parallel, coming from the source is parallel, then the reflection also take place, but these reflection are not get parallel as in the previous case. So this kind of the reflection is basically called as a diffuse reflection, or we called as a we called as a irregular reflection. And here the example is also given here. The reflection of light from wall of a room or trees are called irregular reflection, because the wall is not a smooth surface, whereas the trees is also not have a smooth surface. Now, this is the very, very important which you have to understand here. I will try to make sure that the these points I uh, want to clear you that from here I can just only explain, because there is no pad I am using here. So what happened here, when just I would like to uh, take a share a screen by which you can understand. I will try here, but I am not sure whether this will happen or not. But you will see here. There is a, I am just selecting a black screen, and you can see, just I will try taking a pen. Now, here if I will take a two mirror, one mirror in that way and another mirror in this way. Just a minute. I am trying to so that you can make more understanding. And this, if I will, now I am making a other color is not working here. What I will do, there is a mirror, and you think that mirror is a smooth mirror, line is not coming straight. Just I have one, I am trying. These are the two parallel mirrors, and suppose there is a object. What happened? Uh, when there is a incident rays, if it is incident rays, and draw a line which is parallel to perpendicular to this mirror, again make a same angle which you have made here, draw in this way, and line, and do the same line till reaching this mirror. Just want to make sure that this kind things happen with that. image. Now it is a reflected rays. Now for this mirror, this reflected rays is considered as a incident rays. The rays which came from here, incident, the source is this, and if it is striking on the surface of this mirror, anywhere you can take in this line, but I have chosen this incident rays from on this striking on this surface. Then the angle between these normal and incident should be equal to the normal and reflected, and that angle should be equal. What happened when these incident reflected rays are goes to the second mirror, this second mirror will consider as a the second mirror uh, consider as a incident rays. Now what happened if it is a incident rays for this mirror? What happened? Draw again a normal line on this surface of this mirror and extend this mirror and what measure this angle, whatever the angle will come here, uh, equivalent to that angle, draw reflected rays in this way. Now what you will do, you will uh, extend this, you extend this line backward direction. You will observe that the image is also formed in front of the kept object. In this way, the mirrors, uh, the image are formed in the particular when there are the two when there is a two mirrors are parallel to one another, then this kind of the formation will take place. This is the condition of how the multiple images are formed. Now go back. Now here you can see this person who is sitting on the saloon shop, and he can observe himself in this mirror. This is the mirror we can use see, and one mirror it is this one, first mirror is this one, and second mirror, and these two mirrors are basically parallel to one another. When these parallel to one another, this person can observe his image in this particular mirror. So the formation of the multiple images are formed when there is a condition arises when the two mirrors are either parallel to one another or perpendicular to one another. The image will be also formed. Here again multiple image will be formed. Now the if these two mirrors are, again I am going to the black screen here. If in the last case I have shown you that when the two mirrors are kept to parallel, there will be the multiple images are formed, number of the images will be formed. But in case of the when these two mirrors are kept to the perpendicular to each other, these are the two mirrors, and these two mirrors are, here I am just trying, I am not, I know that all the things are not going as per the norm, but here just I want to make you understand that how this happen. Now if these two mirrors are perpendicular to one another, there are the number of the images which can we count, and for how we can count it, there is a formula which we use to count. There is a called as a 360 degree, 360 degree divided by the angle between these two mirror. If it is 90 degree, then we can write here 90 degree and subtract minus 1. Whatever the result will come, suppose that there is a 4 come, and deduct minus 1 always, you will get the how much number of image we can found from this kind of the condition. There will be the three images will be formed by this in this condition. Just I want to make sure that the number which we can the number of images which we can find from here is 3, but I will show just only one image, and other image I will show in case of the doubt classes, where I will draw these three images on the board. Now they, if suppose that this is the object, and the rays, incident rays are, it is incident rays. Remove this. Hmm. Now it is incident rays. This is incident rays. What happened? Draw a normal line on this point, striking point. Again draw a, observe, find out the angle between normal and incident rays, and draw the same angle on this side. In this way you will draw, and this is the reflected rays. What happened, this mirror will treat this reflected rays which is coming from the first mirror as incident rays. Now again on this incident rays, for this mirror is consider, draw a normal line, observe this incident rays, observe this incident rays, and whatever the angle will formed here in between the normal and incident rays, draw the same angle in between here. And if you will extend this in backward direction, you will get the, here you can observe one image, here you can observe the second image. In this way, there are the two images are formed. There is another way by which we can get the third image. So, whenever there will be the two mirrors are given, first you draw the incident rays on any one of the mirror, and whatever the angle, observe the angle between normal and incident rays, and draw the incident lines. When these incident lines on a strike on the second mirror, then that second mirror will consider this reflected rays which is coming from the first mirror is incident rays, and again draw a normal line on the particular point, and observe the angle between incident and normal normal and incident rays, and whatever the angle will come, draw equivalent that angle, you will draw the reflected rays, and meet that reflected rays, you will get extend that reflected rays on the back side, you will get the image of that object. So in this way the formation of the image take place in case of the multiple images, mirrors are there. So it is all about the multiple images. So here these points I have already discussed. As I have told them, whenever you want to find out the what is the multiple images will found with the help of the given condition. Then there is a formula. This formula is not in your syllabus, but whenever you will have a kind of the question, how much image will form when these the mirrors are kept in this condition, then they use this formula: 300 degrees 60 degrees Celsius divided by degree divided by angle minus 1. This is a part which is given to you on which angle these mirrors are kept, and put here that value of that angle, and you will get the result. Number of the images will be formed. So it is all about these two things I have already explained till here. Now in the next class we will talk about the kaleidoscope, which is also you have to understand what is the what is kaleidoscope, how you will found this kaleidoscope, and what is the different application of this kaleidoscope. We will discuss in the next class. Now whatever the facility we have, we are trying to make give you more and more, but even if you are even any confusion are created, I will discuss in same thing in the doubt classes. So, and again I am humbly requesting you all people, keep inside your home with your parents, and do all the complete all these notes, so that whenever will the lockdown will over, you will have a good chance to understand more and more. All the notes should be completed, whatever the topics will be completed. Now thank you for today's session. We will meet with the kaleidoscope in the next class. Thank you.